Good morning, everyone. SwiftCal. We are playing some more Pokémon Reborn, and I believe we're going to be heading into the Barrel Gym here for another encounter. I'm nervous, and I'm not sure whether I should be switching Pokemon out again at this point or not. I did end up saving, despite my comments last time, because I did find that there is literally a folder full of every save I make. Situation is taken a turn for the worst. We followed Corey in here, but he vanished. His glowing reactors spewed out some kind of gas. My men completely lost it. They're, as you see now, lost and confused. What can we do? We have reason to believe that in addition to mind-altering substances, the reactors in this building are capable of creating this environment. We're at Corey's gym. I probably have some notes from around here somewhere. Corrosive mist field. Noxious gas is combustible. Okay. We try and turn them red or blue. Blue. I'm dumb. I just realized I was freaking out last time because there were only 4 officers. We literally saved 4 and one of them didn't make it back. We knew that from last time. Okay, that makes me feel slightly better. Also, I don't think you have to fight the cops if you didn't save them. So, all of this is seeming promising. We're going to be cheeky about this. And I think they're going to be using Growlithes. We're going to put Kylo in front. I'm going to have... let's give the way... Where is it? XP share. By the way, Magnetic Lure we bought last time. This makes it more likely that you run into uncaught Pokemon. So what that means is when you're wandering around an area, you don't have to fight the same thing over and over again. Every time you fight something, it takes it off the list. Which means normally in a Pokemon game, if you have an enemy, or if you have a Pokemon that you're trying to catch that has like a 1% chance, it's very hard to, like, you have to just sit there and grind until you find it. In this one, you just have to remove everything else from the list. And I think that is absolutely brilliant. So if there's like a field with EV as a 1% drop, which is pretty common in Pokemon, for something like EV to be very rare, you can, if you've already caught like Pidgey and Spearow and whatever else, it is completely accessible. It's a neat idea, and I like it, and I'm glad that they're doing it. I was trying to use natural gift as nature power. Whoops. That explains why it kept failing. Okay. We're gonna go heal one more time. I'm slightly concerned about this section. This is a fight that I saw on the big list and was a little nervous because of the corrosive field. And I had originally planned on something and I don't remember what it was because I didn't write it down. So, here we are. What? I don't see him. Did we miss an officer or something? What just happened? Apparently it's windy and it made the move stronger. I'm just not going to complain. Earl Cemetery. That's Rock Smash. I don't think that's where we're supposed to go. If you don't want to deal with any of that, you don't have to either. Next time someone asks you for a password, tell them easyhms. Like, it's still a pain you have to wait until someone asks, but then you don't have to bother teaching your Pokemon field moves. You can just not bother, yeah? We've already got that one on. Yes. Let's just double check quick. No. Maybe I'm just missing something simple. I'm slightly worried that I did some sort of weird sequence break that messed with it. Oh, there's another door over here. Okay. Oh, Heather got injured. Okay, that makes more sense. So you found me after all. You've already ruined everything I've worked for. What more do you want? No, perhaps it's wrong to blame you. Once again, words are pointless. Miserable as it is for an old man backed into a corner like me to make requests, there's something I ask of you. I'll return to the arena. There, defeat me properly. Okay. Hope is weakness. It's an illusion. I am weak. The sooner one gets used to the idea that life is a nightmare, the better off they'll be. I've simply raised my daughter keeping that in mind. My circumstances are evidence enough of its truth, and a product of my own mistakes. Now that I was forced to prioritize her safety, mine is kaput. For my final few moments of freedom, I have a task for you. Show me your strength. Take your place and prove to me that you are not entirely unworthy of it. Okay. The only reason I've kept going all these years was for Heather. She was my single denial, my only hope and memory of her. Now, just like that, a small splinter of life that I had rebuilt has been broken. I should have expected nothing less. As her father, I cannot do something that would put her in danger. But as Borealis, I cannot be allowed to let Team Meteor's opponents run free. These two roles could never coexist, especially not now. One of them must be struck down. Prove to me that you're ready to face the cruelty of what is real. Okay, I guess we're doing this. How is that not very effective? Apparently it's not very effective. I thought Skrelp was a... I could have sworn that Skrelp was a dragon. Poison dragon. Maybe it's not until it evolves. Okay. Poison bubble, apparently, and just Rex Tassara. He has super potions. We need somebody who can take a bubble infused with poison. I guess that's Kylo? Maybe? Okay. That was only one of their guys. Like I said, this one's been making me nervous. Marini. I think we go Mr. Ed for this one. I guess here's the other question, is how many physical ones do I think they're going to have left? Okay. Apparently if you use Toxic Mist too much like that, it blows up. They did say don't use it too much as a warning. Okay. Well, this is a level 30 Crobat. I'm pretty sure we're just dead. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is a thing that just happened. We need a different plan, and we need some levels. The fire plan clearly didn't work. So, out of the stuff I have available, what do I have that can actually do well against this team? Because there's not a lot. By the way, these three are here because I'm probably going to be using them. I went and looked up their stats in between videos, and I'm feeling more confident than I was. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to be using them. I'm not 100% sure yet. And I don't think they'd help in this situation, specifically. So, Nick is neutral against poison, wouldn't be poisoned by the field. It's not great. And we didn't even see 3 of their Pokemon. Okay. I hate that I have a plan because it's annoying. I didn't say it was a good plan. Okay, it is a good plan. It's not a convenient plan. We'll go with that. I'm gonna head back to the game corner. If you recall from a few videos ago, there was a Pokemon there that I was looking through and I mentioned, oh, hey, that would be useful. And I meant later. Like, it's a generally good Pokemon. And that is Nidoran. Nidoran is a ground poison type, which would not be poisoned by the field, be 4 times resistant to all poison type attacks, have ground attacks that they can use back. Now, the problem is, I am mostly broke. So, to successfully go through and get a Pokemon for $3,500 coins is not going to be easy. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and pause here while I figure this part out, because it's probably just going to be a bunch of grind. And I'll pick back up after I've gotten my hands on a Nidoran, I guess. Okay, take 2. You can see here we've got 2 new Pokemon, a slightly different team, and I've actually made a few other small adjustments here. So, first things first. Dynamite has the move Facade. This was available at the Game Center, so in addition to the Nidoran, I picked this up. If the target is poisoned, it does double damage. So it's 140 power move. It's equivalent of a hyper move. I don't think Dynamite will necessarily be able to outspeed that Crobat, but with a few flame charges and speed boosts, they might. I also grabbed Facade for Cat because as a normal type, it'll be same type attack bonus. We'll see how that works. I don't expect her to be going against Crobat. The way, I don't think anything's changed here. Nope. Actually, I don't even think she got levels. Nothing new here. And then we've got our 2 new people. So I rolled for Big Fella because we do need, we had 2 people who have ground as their favorite type listed. And given the momentous nature of this occasion and the fact that I can actually control it, mostly the second one, we are going to Nidoking. He is going to learn Chip Away. I just realized I could do it this way. So you can see their attack and speed maxed out. So the downside here is we have no good ground or poison type moves that would be same type attack bonus and useful. So the big thing Big Fella's going to be able to do here is just tank. I guess I still have him set up for attack and speed, but typing and natural bulk are going to make sure that he can still take a couple hits. Like if he needs to finish something off, we can bring him in if somebody else drops. And last but not least is Geo. I remembered that we had this Drowsy that we randomly got in from one of the traits, and Poison is weak to Psychic. The downside here is not super fast, but should be fast enough. Oh, okay, apparently faster than the way. So, fast enough, might be able to help sweep a little bit. So, trying to think if there are any other items that I need to equip. And I don't think there are right now. Mr. Ed is probably still good. I'm trying to think of who we want to bring out first. Because we do have... Like, we know some of their Pokemon now. This was the Skrelp first, which is strong, or which is water poison. We don't have a good person for that necessarily. So maybe we lead with Big Fella, since he's not going to get poisoned. Skrelp isn't going to have anything good to do against him. Or Geo. Actually, yeah, let's just lead Geo. And I'm actually going to switch the XP share over to the way. So one of the things that got mentioned is that the terrain can be blown away by wind. So I'm not sure if Air Cutter will do that. Maybe I can check actually. Oh, okay. So there's corrosive field, and then corrosive mist field is additional. Gravity is used. Boosts attack and special attack, and badly poisons the user with an elemental. Okay. Unless they have flash fire when one of these moves. Lava plume. Hey, we figured that one out. Gust, heat wave. Arcane Incinerate, Lava Plume. Okay, so Lava Plume does knock it out. Air Cutter does not. Actually, that's a problem. So I guess maybe what we want to do is at some point just nuke the field with Mr. Ed here. That actually means that the way doesn't actually do much. So maybe we want to switch her out too. Trying to think of who we bring in instead though. Part of the problem here is I don't have, like, I'd have to train up somebody else, potentially. Or we'd be going with one of the people who got wrecked last time. Because there's definitely a part of me that's like, well, I still have Gust. Think on a couple Pokemon. The other thing I'm thinking is Kylo here could lead us out against Skrelp. Or we could hold Tassara up and potentially get a couple shots off. I'm gonna check something quick. Was Ominous Wind on that list? No. Seed Flare. Grassy terrain when Seed Flare is used. So I could literally just bring Ice Pickle to get rid of the field. It would still leave us with a corrosive field, but it would be a different corrosive field. Because they still have Gust. For better or worse. I had a plan, and that should be okay. Okay, so actually I am still gonna switch Ice Pickle in first here. To just get rid of the field right away. Let's do this. Not very effective. The mist was blown away. It's going to be using acid again. We're going to switch big fella in. So that'll do pretty much nothing. And then they will just use chip away. Chip away is pretty mediocre as an attack, but it's better than nothing. So we'll go for it. They're going right into Crobat? Oh my god. Okay. Can Cat survive an attack? We're gonna try. Fake out. Flinched. This version of Toxic Field doesn't cause poison, does it? But it still triggers Venoshock. Oh god. I think we just have to take the hit so we get the free switch in. I don't like this version of the field. I think this version of the field is worse for us. Also, apparently Lava Plume is good enough to take it, or apparently Mr. Ed can survive that, and let's see, Skunk Tank is Dark Poison. So this is our opportunity to get Dynamite going. We're gonna go Double Kick. Special Defense Harshly Fell. It's not going to be enough to KO. That was a lucky crit, but we'll take it. Marini, yeah, we'll stay in. Again, this is probably not actually the best idea, but Dynamite has protective pads equipped, which means we'll not get hit by some of their effects. And arena. I didn't... Okay, that's annoying. I guess we just go Earth Power. We'll see how it works. The answer is... that worked well. Mr. Ed is trying to learn Curse, which would be good if I was using physical attacks. Croagunk. I don't think we can one-shot a Croagunk here. Geo, take it home. Four times weak. Poison fighting. We had to use... Borealis has now been vanquished. By now, Sirius will have been informed of my supposed betrayal. He will use Heather to control me, as he has for all these years. My request is that you simply keep her safe. I heard that. What do you mean, use me to control you? I heard everything from the officers. I think it's time you think about... I think it's about time you start answering my questions. No regard for the mental health of a child. You're so concerned about my mental health that maybe you should actually talk to me for once in your life. I have made some mistakes. You think? Oh, oops, I joined a secret evil team destroying the region. Whoopsie daisy, some mistake. And to think you've been lecturing me this whole time on being safe. What, just to hide the truth from me? That's not it at all. I don't want to hear your lies anymore. I'm trying to keep you safe. From what? Yourself? Because apparently you're being controlled by me. No, forget it. I'm leaving. For good. And you know you can't stop me. Make me. You can't. What even is the point if I'm just a burden to you anyway? I'm done listening to you and your stupid rules. I'm sick of you saying I can't do anything ever. I should have left a long time ago, so I'm done. You're being irresponsible. You can't just fly away and hope all your problems will be solved. Watch me. You took your mother's ring again, didn't you? What if I did? Don't lose it. So that's it. 12 years of torment, just for her to vanish just as quickly. No. I suppose it's come to an end. Rafe, I'm in no place to ask for any more favors, so come to Barrel Bridge if you want a show. Okay. Do I get an Absol? That did not go as well as I was hoping from my original planning, but it happened. So we made it through. It did cost us a cotton candy. We didn't get to really showcase some of them. I felt a little more desperate than I was planning to. The corrosive field effect, which acts more like ground spikes, ended up screwing me over a lot more than I think that toxic mist would have. So that was probably a mistake. However, we made it through. Even if it wasn't as smooth as I would have liked. Big Fella did end up coming out as well as I was expecting. Even if Cat wasn't poisoned, just having that stab 70 power move in Facade worked out really well. And Geo was able to finish it off. Mr. Ed was as tough as intended and was able to use that the claw. So we've got some backtracking to do, some new Pokemon to seek out that I'm very excited about in some cases. I think after this, we're probably going to be doing a bit of rearranging. I'll just put it that way. We'll be keeping some of our Pokemon, obviously, but probably also retiring a few. So, hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.